these guys have exotic cars for sale. Unfortunately, I'm not buying one because I don't have money. But I believe I've been preaching to a rich congregation. Christ died so you could be rich, not me, you. So I hope you've started getting rich. And if you're getting rich, you might as well think of checking out those Benzes and BMWs and Range Rovers and Jaguars and Land Rovers and Hilux trucks and Mercedes-Benz and G-Wagons. If you're looking for somewhere, well, look no further than Noni Bless Autos Limited. And they're right here at Ikate Lekki Phase 1. They have Bentleys, Camaros, whatever it is you want. And their cars are always super clean. And guess what? There's one thing you need to worry about in Nigeria. It's called duty. Have they paid duty? You don't want to drive a 25 million, 30 million, 40 million naira car on the road and then customs stop you and then you've not paid duty. Then they carry the whole car away from you and then you start crying. So if you're buying a car, you need to make sure that that car has been fully paid for with regards to duty. So you could follow them on Instagram. It's at Noni Bless Autos. It is NONIBLESS AUTOS, Noni Bless Autos on Instagram. You could send them a DM or you could also call them on 081 477 38614. All right, so we're going live now, and my dear Ugandan friend, why are you so sad?
Daddy, please look at my hair. Look at how bad it looks.
There's nothing wrong with your hair.
I haven't done it in 3 weeks. I can't even find any hairstylist.
I've got you sorted. Easy fix. Just download it on your iOS or Android phone and you're good to go.
Wait, can I also get clients? Because I'm also a caterer and I've failed to get clients.
Only you can't do hair. Only you work on the radio. Only you cater.
Is it my...
Don't worry. Easy Fix will still solve your problem. But this time it's Easy Fix Pro. Guys, there's a new work mobile app in Nigeria and it's called Easy Fix Africa Pro. I think it's the best work app in Nigeria for now. The app enables business owners, taxi drivers and skilled professionals receive job offers and also search for jobs around them. The app actually serves as your online business office and will enable you receive service requests from customers. Whether you have a physical business office or not, EasyFix Africa Pro will make you visible online and more flexible in business. Download the app for only 2,500 naira a year, no commission fees, and that means 2,500 naira now, and you don't pay again for 1 whole year. Download EasyFix Africa Pro for 2,500 naira only, and EasyFix Africa for free, and start enjoying the services.
Ooh, thank you.
If I go and do your hair. All right, 21 minutes down, 8 o'clock. It is After Dark with Daddy Freeze and the Lobsters. And we've got a special guest up in the building, Dr. Harry Paul Benjamin. You know, right here on After Dark, we usually do gossip and issues.
Yes.
But let's talk about something serious today. First of all, Nene's back!
You got granny hair.
Back. What happened to your hair?
Daddy Freeze.
Her hair is nice. Her hair is nice.
I just want to like switch up.
She looks like an African mom.
Did you do a peel?
Yes, yes, yes.
Official peel?
Yes.
Oh my God, you look like a zombie. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, it's not about Nene today.
Yeah.
She's resurrected, so we're going to keep her on one side. It's about Dr. Harry Paul Benjamin, who's an author, a transformational teacher, speaker, and a life coach. I have many friends who are life coaches. However, another friend of mine who's a lady told me how much she had to pay a life coach recently. At that moment, I realized that life coach is a big walk, as in major. If you guys ever hear that I retire from radio, just know I'm going to go and be a life coach. The figure I heard, I'm like, no way.
I'm in the wrong business.
On the radio? I should be coaching everybody's life. But the problem is I have to have what to tell people. So Dr. Harry Paul Benjamin, tell us a little bit about yourself.
All right, well, thank you very much for having me on the show.
You're most welcome.
I greatly appreciate being here, and hello, Nigeria. So a little bit about myself. I'm Jamaican American. I became a medical doctor in the first part of my career. Got married, have 3 beautiful children, a lovely wife, Carolyn Benjamin. And shout out to my family. They're actually here in Nigeria.
Oh wow, awesome, awesome.
And later on became an entrepreneur very soon after medical school, and currently still an entrepreneur doing businesses. And
talking about
the last
businesses,
decade,
what kind of businesses are you into?
Product distribution, and one is a service online that has a booking platform.
Okay, okay.
And some philanthropy has been added into the mix in the last 20 months. We've been feeding people here in Lagos, and plan to put a home together by the end of this year that will feed, clothe, shelter, and educate individuals so we could re-engineer their thought process so they come back to the society and add rather than depend. So
absolutely wonderful. Medicine is a lifetime career. You spend a lifetime in school. You were in university for about 7 years, if I'm correct. Now,
yes.
How do you come out of that and then switch?
Okay, so my motivation for getting into medicine was wrong. I got into medicine to make money, not to be a doctor. I wanted to be rich. And when I was halfway through medical school, I recognized I'd made an error in my decision. I graduated and I realized if I wanted to be wealthy, I needed to be a businessman. And that's when I gradually made a shift, and within a few years, I put medicine behind me as a career and focus on business.
Do you think you could ever go back to being a doctor again?
And sitting down and seeing a patient at a time, no.
So, to your book, how many books have you authored?
This is my first book.
Oh wow, okay. And it's a book about new thoughts. What's that about?
All right, well, the title is really because of the way in which the book came about to be. It's really a book that's geared towards inner peace and joy, regardless of the circumstances and situations in our lives. So the underlying purpose, the sole primary aim of the book, is for individuals to recognize that peace and joy is not related to our life circumstances and situations. It's independent of it. So a new thought is, most people don't have a new thought. Meaning that they're just rehashing the thinking of yesterday and obviously day back, and pretty much reliving their past in what they call their future, because they're not embracing a new way of thinking, which leads to a new way of being in the world. So a book of new thoughts came from that perspective.
Absolutely wonderful. So what inspired this book?
All right, the inspiration came over time. One of the main reasons why it came through is because I've been mentoring and coaching individuals in my businesses, and in mentoring and coaching them for them to do well, especially being here in Nigeria, I saw a lot of people struggling to do well in the business, and I recognized it was related to their mindset. So without them changing their mindset, they wouldn't really be able to succeed. And in the process of doing that, I recognized I needed to teach more, coach more, and to reach more people. I recognized that the book became a part of helping more people to unlock their potential, unlock their possibilities that are sometimes kept hostage by belief systems that we inherit from our prior generations.
You say you're a life coach. Can you tell us a bit about that?
All right, so life coaching allows, well, firstly, before you jump up and say life coach, or somebody jumps up and say life coach, one has to be a master of life. And most of us are servants of life, meaning that we feel like life is against us. We feel like things are on top of us. Life is hard. You know, man, just making it from one day to the other is tough. You know, the government, whether it's the area I'm from, you know, we feel like a victim. And when we live that way, we feel like life is against us. People who live from that perspective see enemies. They pray against enemies, or they pray for relief from enemies. So that limited way of being and thinking happens in what we call victim consciousness. All right, so people feel like they're being victimized. When in truth, a victim, V-I-C-I-C-T-I-M, I've used the process of acronyms, which are the words I have in the book are reverse acronyms. Victors inhibiting, cultivating their inherent magnificence. So if we look at the word victim, it's a victor inhibiting, cultivating their inherent magnificence. So everyone who feels victimized they have a victor inside and magnificence inside. When it's identified and recognized that it's there, the person changes their orientation to someone who no longer looks at life as against, but they now look at life as being for them, that everything in life is working together for their ultimate good. And there's a shift in their perception that happens with a birth of awareness at a higher level of consciousness. So then, when you have gone through the process of maybe mistaking the belief you're a victim, to now being able to manifest goals, dreams, desires, and live at a slightly higher level, what we call manifestor stage of consciousness. When you mature out of that, you get into God using you consciousness. This is where the spirit of life within you starts to offer thoughts that are there now that you catch, and they're yours to express. And then you bring forth something that no one has ever seen, no one has ever probably read, like this particular book. It's not something I copied and pasted from other people's materials. It came from my soul. And it is quite inspirational. Those people who have read it, the testimonials have been beautiful. And it helps you to rise through those levels of consciousness. So you give up victimizing yourself. You recognize that, something like pain is inevitable, but suffering is self-inflicted. Let me slow it down so someone could catch it. You recognize that pain is inevitable, but suffering is self-inflicted. You're doing it to yourself. And when we mature to that and get into that next stage, life starts to take on quite a beautiful tenor. I would see life as forest. The whole universe is working together and conspiring for our good.
Let me put you on the spot. You quit medicine for this because you felt you weren't going to make money as a doctor.
Yeah.
How much money have you made? Can you throw some light on that?
Yeah, I became a multi-millionaire through business. I built a home in Florida for $1.7 million US in one of the most luxurious communities in Florida, prior to even coming to Nigeria. So I understand business well, but what I didn't understand. Why
Nigeria?
Okay, cool. So we jump to Nigeria. Why Nigeria? All right, Nigeria chose me in a sense. I came here to take advantage of a new business that was opening up. I'd never been to Africa before. This is my very, very first time coming to Africa. I didn't even know anyone in Nigeria when I came. I didn't even know any word in Nigeria except Lagos. So it's been quite a beautiful journey. The experiences have been wonderful. They've allowed a lot of great qualities within me to birth themselves by being here. So it's a challenging environment, and because the environment is so challenging, it will bring out more of your gifted nature. It will bring out more of your qualities that can allow you to rise and really shine. So after being here for some time, I decided to stay and to play a part in cleaning up the poverty that I've seen across different areas. I'm going to play a significant role in eliminating this from not just Nigeria, but Africa as a whole. I recognize where the problem lies, and I know I have the solution to it, and I'm on it.
All right, where can people get this book? A book of new thoughts, over 100 words that will transform your life.
At the moment, I have to get it from myself. So someone would have to send me a message, either however we're going to get that information across to people. Okay. But yes.
You want to put out a number?
Yeah, my number is 080-8382-4229. So that's 080-8382-4229. I hope that 3 came across. So some people think I'm saying 2 when I'm really saying 3. So 080-8382-4229.
All right, it is 96.9 Cool FM. We're going to take a quick break. Slam Dunk, one of the hottest songs that is gradually fading away. We all enjoyed it while it lasted. Big shout out to Fireboy DML, who's getting jealous over my girl. Oh, look, good boy. More like Daddy Freeze and Dr. Harry Paul Benjamin. Dr. Harry Paul probably has all the education that we all need in this office if we cut him out.
That's funny.
Yeah? Anyway, Dr. Harry. So, in a nutshell, how do you think your life has been since you started thinking these new thoughts?
Okay. there's a stage that we arrive at. Arrive is a backward ways of saying it, because we're not really arriving. Nothing is wrong with us. All of us are okay from creation, meaning that your creation is perfect. There's nothing wrong with us. But there's a stage where we come to where we realize this, that nothing is wrong with us. We have nothing missing. There's no hole inside. There's no something we need from outside to fill up ourselves. Once that orientation takes place and you start to see life from inside out and no longer from outside in, peace and joy rises significantly. You become very courageous. You feel like there's nothing in this world that will ever stop you. You become strong. You just have a lot of the spiritual essences that you are aware of in your mindset.
Are you a Christian?
A label is cool, and you know, some people jump up and say, okay, great, you know, if I say I am a Christian, but I would say I am past a label. So I don't need a label. I think my lifestyle should give an indication of what I am, as opposed to me saying I am this, because there are a lot of people who say they're Christians or they're from a particular faith, but if you examine their lifestyle and how they live, how they treat people, how they actually behave in public, then they're not typifying what the essences of that particular faith are. So I prefer for someone to look at my life. What am I doing right now? What are the things that I do actively? And then that would give an indication of what I really believe.
Absolutely. You know, I've been having a big fight with organized religion for the last 3 years over many issues, ranging from exploitation in every way, and of course monetization and weaponization of the scriptures. Where do you stand, with me or with them, if I can put it that way?
All right, so firstly, I'm not an against guy. I'm for. So I stand for what leads us in the direction of the truth. And I believe that what you have done has played a very significant role in bringing up areas that we need to examine, areas that we need to ask questions about. A lot of what has happened to us is that we have accepted a lot of beliefs from our prior generations without really understanding why those beliefs are. So a lot of us just accepted, okay, this is the way to get to what we call heaven, and nobody really slowed down to ask, is this really true? Is what they're saying to me right? You know, is these practices that I've been practicing, or what my parents told me, what my culture told me, are these practices even correct? Are they even relevant today anymore? So a lot of us inherited misbegotten belief systems, the word BS, and as a result, if you don't question it critically yourself, you will inherit someone else's error if they do have one. Yes, someone else's BS. And then you don't question it. So I'm not against. There's no value in being against. It's important to be for. What are you for? So I stand for the truth, and whatever will help to lead us in that direction, to uncover it and discover it for ourselves, I'm an advocate of.
Real quick, as we're rounding off, what was your biggest challenge when putting this book together? Since you said it was your first book, what was your biggest challenge? I can see complaining here.
Okay, complaining in terms of identifying what that word does to us. You know, the things we complain about, we bring about. So it's important not to have that as a part of your way of living. Now, in terms of challenge, I embrace challenges. Challenges bring out the best in us. Challenges bring out our qualities, the essences that are latent in our spirit. Without challenges, the best of you does not come forth. So the most challenging part of writing the book was maybe the decision to really sit down and just get it done. But the spirit in us is always just ready to do what it needs to do at the time when we are ready to allow it to happen. So I allowed it to come through during the holiday period last year, and it came through. I was edited and I was here.
Absolutely wonderful. So thank you so much, guys. Can I have this copy?
That was yours. That was a gift.
Thank you.
Maybe I didn't mention that.
Oh, thank you.
So Old Freeze is the one that gets the free copy today.
I hope I don't have to pay for it.
No, this is a gift. No, you definitely don't have to pay for that.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. That was Dr. Harry Paul Benjamin, and it's a beautiful book, a book of new thought. It's been a while since we brought an author on the show. Usually it's all gossip and me and lobsters barking at each other. You know, lobsters are cooked live. You know, if you want to cook a lobster.
It's because they have all the ingredients within them.
Yeah,
Very
so
sweet.
you definitely look like you have all the ingredients and more. Anyway, thank you so much, Dr. Harry Paul Benjamin, for coming around, and I do hope to see you again soon, and I'm going to be reading this.
I mean, I look forward to the post-read discussion.
Oh, yes.
That one's going to be hot.
All right, guys, thank you so much. Leaving you in the safe hands of Korede Bello. Ladies and gentlemen, big shout out to him. Apparently, he was in the news recently, and he said, expecting people you help to help you is a form of entitlement.
No.
Somebody said no. Who's that? All right, we'll be discussing that some other time, but right now, here he is with Mr. Vendor. 96.9.